unavailable. Farai Halam, our referee, leading out the two teams. And there will be a ceremony before kick-off. It is Remembrance Weekend here in the United Kingdom. And every club in the EFL and beyond will be marking that. Borja Sainz has really taken the responsibility for scoring goals in the absence of Josh Sargent at the moment. A long journey for those Bristol City supporters. They'll be hoping Naki Wales goes well today. It's his 500th league appearance, now 34 years of age. Both managers are contending with mounting injury problems, but Anis Slimani is available once again after missing the defeats at Cardiff and Sheffield Wednesday. He replaces Cade Gordon, who is on the bench, and Slimani's return means Oscar Schwartau will move wide on the right-hand side. Bristol City's defensive resources are stretched after Kai Naismith and Mark Sykes were both injured in the defeat to Sheffield United, and Rob Dickie was sent off, but Luke McNally is available, and he's joined by Hayden Roberts at the heart of the defence. Former Norwich youngster Anis Mehmeti also comes in after scoring a penalty against Sheffield United from the bench on Tuesday evening. And George Long continuing in the Norwich goal. In the absence of Angus Gunn, he replaced him during the victory here against Hull. And Bristol City did win their previous away match 3-1 against Preston at Deepdale, but they'll know they are facing a side here today who are so formidable on their own patch. But before the match gets underway, we will have the ceremony to mark Remembrance Weekend, and the two coaches, Johannes Hoff-Thorup and Liam Manning, both laying down reeds on the playing surface as part of that.
Of the last post, as we now respect to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in armed conflict.
And it's always a significant weekend in the football calendar. Players, supporters and officials showing their respect here at Carrow Road today. And Slimane back in the Norwich team today. Naki Wales hoping to mark a milestone for Bristol City. And on the ball, the song which has been sung by Norwich fans for over a century, reverberating around this stadium. Farai Halam, our referee. And it's Norwich City in their famous canary yellow and green who get the game underway. Both these teams looking to respond to disappointing results on Tuesday evening. Bristol City losing in the dying seconds at home to Sheffield United. And Norwich City made the trip to Sheffield and they were beaten by Wednesday by 2-0, and that followed a crushing defeat at Cardiff the previous Saturday when they were a goal up in the 89th minute and still managed to lose 2-1. George Long, also born in Sheffield, the Norwich goalkeeper here today. And Bristol City looking to win it back, but Mehmeti was robbed, and the Robins will have a throw-in up against the Canaries here today. Bristol City's last victory here, February 2009, when one of their most notable recent players, Bradley Orr, scored the winning goal. But that's Norwich's only loss in their last 15 games against Bristol City in all competitions, and that came at Ashton Gate a couple of years ago, when Mark Sykes, who is absent today due to injury, scored the only goal. And Johannes Hoff-Thorup, who we briefly saw there, another young coach, given the job of trying to revive Norwich City. Here is Sykes. And ahead of him, Marcondes went tumbling, but Sykes continues, but the cross in the end overhit. With the Spaniard with 12 goals so far this season. And he does have the ability to carry the ball long distances, and although he didn't on this occasion, there is often an end product as well. Norwich with 2 wins and 4 draws at home so far, but they've enjoyed some big wins, scoring 4 against both Watford and Hull, and they've shared the points with 2 of the main contenders, Sheffield United and Leeds. But they have left some points out on the field already this season. I mentioned the defeat at Cardiff last week. They've also led in 5 of the 6 games they've drawn already this season. Bristol City a point ahead of them, only 3 defeats so far, but 7 draws. And that defeat to Sheffield United ended an 8-match unbeaten run, although there were 5 draws in that particular sequence. A couple of away victories so far, and they've won 2 of their last 3 games on the road, which is as many as they managed in their previous 15 games away from Ashton Gate. Mehmeti. But here is Slimani. The working hard to win it back was Roberts. And now Knight. And it's quickly won back, and Norwich will try and build a counter-attack with Schwartz out. Sainz. Support from Doyle on the outside, but it's further forward into the penalty area, but the shot in the end from Simak was blocked. Now Doyle again. And the run into the penalty area was a good one, and the header from Marcondes comes off the inside of the post, and Cameron Pring was well placed to put the rebound behind for a corner. Doyle's cross was into a general area, but it fell perfectly on the bounce for Emiliano Marcondes. Yet to score this season, but he nearly did there. Max O'Leary was scrambling. Norwich corner, and having hit the post, Marcondes will now take it. Marcondes with a delivery which was not as close to the goal as his header. Swept away by McGuane. Doyle again with the throw-in. In towards Borja Sainz. And again the cross is too deep. Slimani will try and retrieve it. Now under pressure from Roberts. And it's a Norwich throw. Cordoba, the Panamanian international. Now it's been given away by Slimani. Bristol City winning it high up the field, and they work the 1-2. Naki Wells fighting Mehmeti, who goes down, but Farai Halam, the referee, waving away the appeals. But it was almost an opening there for Bristol City, and now they do retrieve it again. McNally. And McGuane was deep again. Now McNally going longer. And he was looking for George Earthy, the youngster on loan from West Ham. This was the penalty appeal. Mehmeti going down under the challenge inside the penalty area of Fisher, but there didn't look to be a huge amount of contact in that. Now Luke McNally, who had played every single minute since arriving at Bristol City from Burnley in September before the concussion kept him out of the defeat against Sheffield United. Well, there may have been a hand on the back there inside the penalty area, but I'm not sure how much of a significant challenge it was. Now Borja Sainz. Sørensen. Duffy. And Fisher is clearly hoping for somebody on the overlap, but if he's the fullback, it's usually him. Johannes Hoff-Thorup, arriving from Nordsjælland in his native Denmark, replaced David Wagner after they lost to Leeds in the playoffs last season. Of course, Daniel Farke really set the standards at Norwich City with those 2 title successes. Liam Manning, born in Norwich, played his junior football for the club and was also a season ticket holder, so it's always a special day for him coming to this part of the world. Maguire bowled over, it will be a free kick. Knight. High again towards Bird inside the penalty area. And he just tried to take a swing as it dropped over his shoulder. Max Bird has been deployed in a number of positions since arriving at Bristol City. He was better known as a central midfielder during his development at Derby County, but Liam Manning says he trusts his footballing abilities in a number of areas. Swat out, and now Doyle. And Duffy just taking a chance. He and Sørensen nearly give the ball away to Wells, but Cordoba's able to tidy up. Callum Doyle, who is on loan from Manchester City, having spent last season with Leicester in the Championship. Doyle's back pass will just force Long to play this first time. It's taken down really well by Marcondes. Doyle again. Cordoba. Slimani just looking for some sort of room, and it's very tight out there at the moment. Both teams really matched up, although Bristol City do have the ability to drop into a back 3 with Zach Viner wearing number 14, and that appears to be what they're doing at the moment. Now at the other end, Sernach with the effort, but it was always dragged wide. And Ante Sernach, one of the youngsters in the Norwich team, 20 years of age. A Croatian under-21 international, signed from Raków in Poland. And he had Pring twisting and turning there. It looks as though Viner has dropped in as a third central defender, with George Earthy playing as the wing-back on this near side and Pring on the left. But they do have the flexibility to try and push George Earthy further forward. Player who did score in the Premier League for his parent club West Ham at the end of last season against Luton Town. Mehmeti. He's worked hard so far down the left, and he's continuing here, and he was caught by Fisher, and it will be a free kick. And Fisher there knew he was beaten on the outside and took evasive action. And Bird is over the free kick. Well, McNally and Viner are both forward, but it's beyond both of them. Here is Knight at the far post, and the attentions of Cordova just ensure he helps the ball behind for a goal kick. Blackburn Rovers, the last team to win here on November the 5th of last year. And that was during a really bad run for Norwich. It was their third successive home defeat. They were 17th in the championship table, but they revived significantly to finish in the playoffs. Although that wasn't enough to keep David Wagner in a job at the end of the season as the club looked for a new approach. Sainz. Another promising run from him, but good challenge from McNally, but Sainz is quickly back into the action. Earthy doing well just to hold him up. Now Bird. An expansive ball from him. Mehmeti in a central area. We know he can hit them, and he does! Excellent finish from Anis Mehmeti. And the former Norwich City youngster returns to Carrow Road with an absolute cracker. Well, for the moment, they'll believe the long journey is worthwhile.
Goal scorer for Bristol City, number 11, Anis Mehmeti.
Max Bird with the early ball forward there, creating the possibilities for Bristol City. And then Mehmeti receiving it from Roberts. And he had time to check the ball onto his left foot and roll it low beyond George Long. And he put that right in the corner. His fourth goal of the season to match his tally from the entirety of the previous campaign already. And it's the Albanian who gives Bristol City the lead at Carrow Road. And it's one back. Here is Bird. And now Mehmeti again. This time the challenge comes in on him. But Norwich were just rocking there. Mehmeti came on and opened the scoring with a penalty 15 minutes from the end against Sheffield United for Liam Manning's team on Tuesday, and that was a game they ended up losing. Well, you can hear one or two grumbles from the home supporters already. And now it's given away again. Earthy. Schwartau. And Norwich with 70% of the possession so far, but 1-0 down. Borja Sainz. He's the sort of player who could change that. Sørensen. But it's back to Cordova. Bristol City very well organised here, and even Naki Wells is back covering midway inside his own half without the ball. Cordova again. Sainz. And it's cleared by Viner. And his expression really telling the story. Norwich unbeaten here, but it's 3 points in 5 games since beating Hull on the 5th of October. And they've a trip to the Hawthorns coming up next to face West Bromwich Albion. Norwich with more shots, but Bristol City with the one which has really counted. Viner. Now Sainz. Good challenge though from McGuane. And now Norwich will try and get things moving, but there's a rather frenetic air about them at the moment. Maybe just trying to force it. And that's the same for any team who trail at home. McGuane. And now Pring. Straight to Duffy. Cernzem was being pulled back there, but the referee allowing play to continue. Sainz. And the flag is up. And Borja Sainz, the mainstay of the team, lacking so many big names. Angus Gunn, Marcelinho Nunez, Josh Sargent, Onel Hernandez and Ashley Barnes. At the top of an injured list. But Bristol City are also lacking some big names as well. And it's a real test for a manager in the Championship to often shuffle through their resources. And Johannes Hoff-Thorup is now seen the club change ownership since his arrival, with Delia Smith and Michael Wynne-Jones making way for Mark Atanasio. Knight was pulled down there by Marcondes. It will be a free kick. And Bristol City in control at the moment. And they will have had a very early start this morning to make the journey from west to east. The cross from Ameti, and it's Doyle who puts the ball over his own crossbar. And again, that wasn't defended convincingly by Norwich City. He's looking for Naki Wells, and Doyle was aware that there were opposition players around him. Bristol City corner. There's confusion inside the 6-yard area. Can they force it in? No, they can't. And it's quickly brought clear by Cernac. Sainz. Cernac continuing his run, but he's quickly met by O'Leary. And Max O'Leary with only 3 clean sheets in 14 games so far this season, but at the other end, you almost saw his team double their lead. McNally was in there trying to force the issue. Sainz, Marcondes waits in the centre. Sainz quickly back to his feet, and now he delivers the cross, which was just begging to be finished. And it was Slimani at the far post who was just unable to divert the ball in. And Bristol City continuing to have problems in dealing with Borja Sainz. And it was McNally who came across here. He made the initial challenge, but Sainz quickly bounced back up to his feet. And there were 3 canary yellow shirts in the penalty area, but nobody could get the touch. Wells. Almost a good ball, but it struck Earthy on the hip, and as a result, Bristol City see another attack break down, but Norwich continuing to enjoy the lion's share of possession. But how much of it is possession without conviction? That's what some of the home fans may be asking. Bristol City have played a very smart game so far, and they've taken their chance. O'Leary looking to pick out Roberts, but it was cleared by Colin Fisher. Cordoba, 2 white shirts quickly around him. And Norwich eventually give the ball away. Roberts, Mehmeti. Here is Wells. Appeals for offside, nothing given. The cross, though, is claimed by Long. And this is awkward for Norwich City. They're really finding it difficult to impose themselves on the game consistently. Doyle. Borja Sainz proving to be elusive once again. Norwich's 21-match unbeaten home streak is beginning to look in a spot of bother here, because Max O'Leary, as we approach the half hour, has not really had a huge amount to do, although Emiliano Marcondes did strike a post in the early stages. Now Mehmeti almost fed it further forward to Wells, but Cordoba did well. And then McGuane goes to ground, but no free kick. Knight. And he was shoved over by Schwartau, and it will be an opportunity for Bristol City to try and build again. O'Leary, though, only finding Sørensen. Duffy. Norwich seeing plenty of the ball in this sort of area, but it tends to break down for them further forward, and now Slimani has been penalised for the challenge. Anis Slimani, the Tunisian international, on loan from Sheffield United. And he missed the 2 previous games, although he had started the previous 5, his first starts for Norwich City. Colin Fisher, the player who is just lingering on the turf. It was Hayden Roberts, the player he clashed with. And Roberts just rising highest, although he did seem to take a ride on Colin Fisher and certainly make contact on the way down. And again, Cernach finding it difficult to hold the ball up in that sort of area. And without Josh Sargent in the team, Norwich do seem to lack a focal point. Marcondes, but they do have Borja Sainz. Back to Doyle, and it was blocked by the feet of O'Leary. And then Sørensen was caught, and it will be a free kick. And that's the Canaries' best moment for some time. There was the challenge on Sørensen from Wells. And there's no doubt he's a centre forward. Emiliano Marcondes is playing as the central striker today, but particularly during his time with Brentford, he often was utilised playing in a wider area or in midfield. But without Josh Sargent and Ashley Barnes, Norwich are lacking players in that department at the moment. Marcondes over the free kick, inches away from his first Norwich goal right at the start of this game. And Marcondes curls it, but this time O'Leary was right behind it. On target, but very comfortable for the goalkeeper. Sørensen. And Norwich are penalised this time, and once again Bristol City very effective at hunting in packs when they don't have the ball, and it was Mehmeti, the goal scorer, who was fouled. Roberts. And Pring going all the way back to the halfway line. And McNally going further back to O'Leary. Roberts. And now Pring. Knight. Fisher intervening for Norwich. Well, he's seen some brighter signs. Jack Wilshere on the right there, the former Arsenal and England midfielder who is now part of the coaching team here. Knight, the player who was fouled by Sørensen. Bristol City take a quick free kick. McGuane. Now Cordoba. And the final touch was off Knight. Well, Liam Manning has seen his team hold on to their lead. They've had one or two possibilities of extending it. Fisher was late there on the far side. The free kick will be given. And Kellen Fisher may be just testing the patience of the referee here with one or two challenges. In fact, it is a yellow card. And I think that was for a culmination rather than that particular challenge, although the way he slid into Mehmeti could have been enough to earn a yellow card on its own. But the youngster, signed from Bromley, will now have to manage that situation for the rest of this game. Pring's free kick. Doesn't stick with Wells this time. Now Roberts. Mehmeti. Fisher was in the way, but it's recovered by Pring. McNally. McGuane. That's a good ball. Earthy. Has support from Bird. Knight. Bristol City here, often moving the ball more effectively than Norwich in this sort of area, although it's won back here by Doyle. And he was being fouled. It's a free kick. And again, Bristol City winning it back. Pring with an excellent challenge. Mehmeti. And the cross from Roberts. Diverted away by Sørensen, but now Duffy will have to put the big boot through it. And it's another Bristol City free kick. Marcondes, the player, penalised this time. Norwich still have over 60% of the possession, but Bristol City with more touches in the opposition penalty area. Although the only shot on target they've had was the goal scored by Anis Mehmeti, although that came from outside the penalty area. Good away performance from Bristol City so far. Cordoba. Now Doyle. Sainz. Slimani. Oh, good challenge by Mehmeti. And he's got support from McGuane. Bird waits in the centre. Wells joining him now. But Bird's cross a disappointment for Bristol City. Slimani. And beyond the early opportunity for Marcondes, when it came back off the upright, Norwich City have created very little here. Marcondes, now he'll spin in behind Doyle. And it was the right sort of idea, but just beyond science, although science quick to tell him where he wanted the ball. And it's Mehmeti with the only goal so far. And Doyle was looking to pick out the wide open spaces, and science has shown when he gets the ball at his feet, he is, without any question, Norwich City's main threat. Doyle. Now Duffy. Swelled high for Schwartau. Schwartau's able to get there, but Earthy will slice the ball behind for a corner. And a goal just before half-time would really give the home support a lift. Shane Duffy is forward. And there is a queue of Norwich City players looking to attack this, but it's deep. Duffy does win it, but that was as good as it got. But the link-up between Hayden Roberts and Anis Mehmeti leading to the only goal after 16 minutes. Sharply done by Mehmeti, with 3 or 4 Norwich players around him, but he knew exactly what he was going to do, and in the end, nutmegging Shane Duffy on the way. And the glimpses we've seen of Johannes Hoff-Thorup suggests it may be fairly lively in the Norwich City dressing room at half-time in terms of the half-time debrief, as Schwartau comes forward now. Recovery, though, was excellent from Knight. Sørensen. Marcondes, another Dane. And he was caught there by Knight in mid-air. It will be a free kick. Jason Knight, the player penalised. Arm into the back of Emiliano Marcondes. And he was always amongst a clutch of fellow countrymen at Brentford, and it's developing into a similar story here. Jakob Sørensen. And also Oscar Schwartau as well, only 18 years of age. It's played short to Sainz, but the referee wants it taken again. And Marcondes will try again. Looking for Duffy, but claimed by O'Leary. Bristol City in their 10th successive season in the Championship, but they've not finished in the top 10 since 2019. And they were 11th last season under Liam Manning. And this marking the first anniversary of his arrival. And his record so far, won 15, drawn 15, lost 15. Which is the epitome of mid-table, which is where Bristol City currently find themselves. There have been so many turnovers from Norwich City in positions like that throughout the game. Shane Duffy, I'm sure, will be one of the players to have his say at half-time. A minimum of 2 more minutes. Earthy. Now Viner. And that will interest Wales, but no more than that. So Norwich with more efforts on target, much more possession. But you can make a case for saying that Bristol City have been much more effective so far as the away team. And they will just look to manage the clock here before the break. And Johannes Hofthorpe has been keen to not make the injury list an excuse here, but there has been a slightly disjointed air about Norwich City at times in this first half. Players having to fill in unfamiliar areas. Sørensen certainly seemed to use the bicep there, but play continues. Cameron Pring is determined not to hurry. And that's half-time. 1 or 2 boos from the home supporters. Hayden Roberts making the opening goal for Anis Mehmeti after 16 minutes. He took it superbly. Bristol City have done well to keep Norwich at bay since then. The best moment for the home side coming while it was goalless. The header from Emiliano Marcondes striking the upright. But in the main, the home team have huffed and puffed in attack since then. And they have work to do at half-time. At Carrow Road, it is Norwich City 0, Bristol City 1. And there is Anis Mehmeti, who scored the goal made by Hayden Roberts, who was next to him there. And here come the Canaries. Hayden Roberts, one of a number of former Derby players on the field here today. He and Max Bird both came through the academy at Pride Park. Mehmeti has now matched his goal scoring total from last season. Bristol City get the match underway in the second half. In the white shirts, defending the goal away to our right. Leading by that Anis Mehmeti goal to nil, and looking for a second very early on, but the cross in from Roberts will be dealt with by Long. Sainz. Once again, it's a mazy dribble from him, and he's managed to pick out Cernach. Turning onto that left foot. It was blocked by McNally. And there's a chase for Naki Wells at the other end. Mehmeti doing well to rise above Sørensen. McGuane. Strong challenge from him, but Cernach wins it back for the Canaries. Duffy. Now Jose Cordoba. Norwich without so many regular first teamers, particularly going forward. So they do have Emiliano Marcondes operating almost as a striker, which is not really his best position. Ante Cermak also having to learn at the very highest level. And Bristol City choosing to operate with three at the back, and it's been very effective with a rotation of players in various positions. Roberts trying to get forward down the left. Unearthly often finding space on the right. And Pring will take the throw in here. One of the academy players in this Bristol City side. Wells. Cordoba. Duffy. And Norwich are finding it difficult to create the angles further forward when players like Duffy pick up the ball in this sort of area. When they do get the chance to look upfield, they're often having to try and pick passes like that. Viner forward for Bristol City. Sørensen. And again, it's back to George Long. Who knows, his time in the first team may be short-lived, with Angus Gunn approaching full fitness once again. Mehmeti. And now Sørensen. Fisher, he's almost given the ball away to Bird. And Cordoba was able to step in for Norwich. Duffy again. Cernach. Norwich's central defenders are seeing plenty of the ball at the moment, which will suit Bristol City. And now Doyle, under pressure, gives up possession cheaply. And Johannes Hoff-Thurop does have a bench full of youngsters. Cade Gordon, on loan from Liverpool, only 20 years of age. Amankwa Forson, 21. Lucian Mahoro, 19. And Elliot Miles, 17 years of age, yet to make his debut in the Championship. And even Ben Crescene, he is 20, and that's the situation that they find themselves in at the moment. And you just wonder if they do have a game changer in reserve at this stage. Wells winning it back. Bird. Roberts made the break into the penalty area. He was arriving at the far post. He'll gather the ball now. And he'll allow Fisher's clearance to bobble behind for a corner. Bird again able to chop back onto the left foot. And Fisher had to deal with that. And Max Bird will take the corner kick. And it's high to the far post, looking for Viner. And then the resulting shot is too high as well. From Marcus McGuane. It was Duffy's clearance. And McGuane was under pressure, had to hit it very high, and as a result, the shot was too high as well. Marcondes going down, but play continues. Schwartz out, finding Borja Sainz. And now Cernach. And he was looking to link up with Fisher, but once again Bristol City are able to clear. If Norwich don't win this game, it would be 6 games without a win, although Thurop could say with some justification that the players and himself should be judged when the injuries recede. So much responsibility on the shoulders of Borja Sainz at the moment. Cernach there had the overlap, but Pring was able to dig out the clearance. Sørensen. Duffy knew that Mehmeti was coming, but he still manages to find Fisher. Oh, it's straight tonight. Now Mehmeti. Plenty of support in the middle, but Mehmeti can't find anyone in a white shirt. And changes do seem imminent for Norwich. Ben Crescene is one of the players who'll be coming on. Young England junior international, signed from Aston Villa. Marcondes. Now Cernach. Fisher on the outside, but Cernach Strikes it cleanly, but it was comfortable for O'Leary. Cernach does have that ability to come inside and strike from long range. And we've seen that on a couple of occasions. Fisher. Now Sainz. Neither side is taking too much care with the football at the moment. Marcondes. Sainz was on the way, but it was cut out by Viner. Cordoba. And again, Norwich not picking their passes to the attacking players. Pring. Knight. Double change incoming for Norwich, as you can see. Here is Wells. Two for company. And the cross is gathered by George Long. And you can hear the urgency from the home crowd here, because we played nearly 15 minutes in the second half, and so far very little has happened from a Norwich point of view. Doyle. It was blocked by Earthy. Now Sørensen. Slimani. Cernach was the intended recipient of that, but once again Cameron Pring is able to clear. Here come the changes. Jack Stacey will be coming on to replace Jakob Sørensen. And Ben Crescene will also be coming on. And it's Jose Cordoba who goes off. Well, both Crescene and Stacey are effectively left backs, but Crescene does have the ability to play further forward. Stacey on the right. Player who has featured in every single division in both the EFL and the Premier League during his time with Bournemouth and Luton. Doyle. Schwartau. Fisher. Fisher's taken up a more central role now, with Stacey in the fullback position. So an interesting tactical tweak from Thorup as the former owners look on. Delia Smith and Michael Wynne-Jones. Mehmeti. Pring. Early forward, seeking out Wells. And he's done well to win it back. from Slimani. Knight. It's all the way back to O'Leary. Murphy taking it down well. He's got support further forward from Roberts, but the flag's up for offside. Crescent came through a notable academy at Exeter City, which has produced the likes of Ollie Watkins and Ethan Ampadu over the years, and many more fine players up and down the divisions. Slimani. Norwich continuing to have more shots in the game. We've seen very little from Bristol City in the second half. In fact, we've not seen a shot on target from either side. Crescent. Now Slimani, Duffy. Well, it's been cut out by Mehmeti again. Quickly forward to Knight. Bird ahead of him, Wells peeling away to the right-hand side. Here is Naki Wells! And he celebrates his 500th league appearance in the grand manner. And Norwich's year-long homestand here at Carrow Road looks to be coming to an end. 21 games unbeaten, but Bristol City lead by 2-0. Naki Wells scoring his 5th goal of the season. 4 have come away from home. Knight driving forward. Wells with an intelligent run and then an emphatic finish. He's been doing that for years. One touch and then lashed in. And moments after Johannes Hofthorpe made the changes, changed Norwich's tactical outlook, they concede the second goal. Schwarzer. Now Sainz. Crescent in support, but Bristol City had the throw-in. And this will be 3 away victories in 4 games for Bristol City, but the gloomy faces around the Norwich support really tell the story for them.
Substitution for Bristol City, replacing number 40,
George Earthy heading off for Bristol City. And Yu Hirakawa coming on. He started the game against Sheffield United. Young Japanese player. And that pass really sums up how things are going for Norwich City here. They've not really got to grips with Bristol City all day. And in terms of the injury list, they're in a time of adversity, but this would be 3 points in 6 games for a club who always have the outlook of looking to challenge at the top of the table. But at the moment, as things stand in game, Bristol City will be moving up to 10th, only 2 points outside the playoffs. Norwich will find themselves in 14th, 6 away from the top 6. And only 3 away from the bottom 3, although it's very early days, of course. Borja Sainz. The challenge comes in from Hirakawa. Knight. Now McGuane. Hirakawa keeps it simple. Wells losing out to Doyle this time. And Norwich are flagged offside, and very little going right for them. It's a really congested bottom half of the table at the moment, although things could change as the day goes on. As Stacey does well to clear for Norwich on this near side. Only 3 points cover Norwich in 14th and Cardiff, who are 22nd and in the relegation zone. Cardiff beaten at home by Blackburn earlier today. But you can hear the frustration on and off the field. Yu Hirakawa, the player who is down there. The 4th official, Anthony Backhouse, just checking on him. He was in charge at Vicarage Road last night when Norwich beat Oxford. And it was Borja Sainz who just caught Hirakawa late. Wells looking to keep the ball alive, but in doing so he became active in an offside position. And Richard Scudamore, the former chairman of the Premier League, second from the left there, a big Bristol City supporter watching today. And Norwich have the free kick. Borja Sainz the player down. And as we tick towards the final 20 minutes, Norwich are playing like a team that deserve a break here. Viner with the challenge on Borja Sainz. And he'll receive some treatment. And it gives Johannes Hoff-Thurup the opportunity to get some of his players in and try and sort something out here. Because at the moment, his team are going nowhere very fast in this game. And their situation would not be helped if Borja Sainz is unable to continue. But Naki Wells with the second goal. Two very well-made goals. The first from Anis Mehmeti. Precise finish from outside the penalty area. And then Mehmeti involved at the start of the build-up for the second goal. Jason Knight picking out Naki Wells, and it was lashed in. Borja Sainz, who has received treatment, was also booked for that challenge on Yu Hirakawa a few moments ago. Roberts, and the final touch was off Stacey. Well, it did seem that, although the throw-in has been given to the home side. Duffy looking to hurry things up. Schwartau denied. Now McGuane, Mehmeti, Pring. And Bristol City can afford to be slightly direct at times now to just look to pick out Naki Wells, although both their goals were really well made. Two shots on target, two goals. That's the way to do it at times away from home. And the club who were last in the top flight in 1980 will believe they are very well placed if they can see out the win here. And they have a match at home to Burnley following the international break, which is something they'll look forward to with relish. Mehmeti. Hirakawa going back to his goalkeeper. And he will not be taking any chances or taking anything for granted either after what happened on Tuesday night when Sheffield United scored those two very late goals to overturn a 1-0 lead. Mehmeti, he was looking to take the element of doubt away from the situation there, but Norwich win it back. Sainz. And once again, Bristol City are just able to get the simple things done. Another change for the home side. Amankwa Forsong, the Ghanaian international, signed from Salzburg, replacing the teenager Oscar Schwartau. Difficult time to come into the game, but also an opportunity to make a difference. Sainz. Now Doyle, who moved into the middle to accommodate Grisani on the left. And it's another hopeful long ball for Norwich, which is gathered by O'Leary. Nice turn from Bird, but a good challenge from Grisani. Slimani. Sainz. Now support on the outside, but the cross-in doesn't find Marcondes. Slimani. Stacey leaping with Roberts. And Norwich had the throw-in. Grisani. Fisher. And the crossing is a good one, but the header from Marcondes. And it will be a corner. It was Borja Sainz who just looked to whip it in, and in fact it was Pring who got there before Marcondes to guide the ball to safety. And now Emiliano Marcondes will take the corner kick. Plenty of air on that, and it was attacked at the far post by Duffy and turned over by O'Leary. In fact, a goal kick's been given in the end. Well, Duffy would have had to have waited an age for that to land on his head, and it just flicked the top of the crossbar on the way over. I think O'Leary would have had it covered. Doyle's header. And Bristol City are not hurrying here. O'Leary just allowing the ball to drift out of play. Borja Sainz did his best to try and create something out of very little. Zach Viner, who is making his 200th appearance for Bristol City today. Grisani. Slimani, well, he's lost out. Wells. Knight. Looking to release Hirakawa, but Norwich had the throw-in, but it's a long way from the Bristol City goal as we head towards the final 10 minutes. Stacey. One back well by Pring. Bird. Here is Mehmeti again, coming inside, but the shot was blocked crucially by Doyle. And Norwich will clear. Force on. Now Stacey. Pring with an all-or-nothing challenge, but he got the ball. Callum Doyle with a very important challenge there for Norwich on Mehmeti. Hirakawa. And then he was caught late by Cresceni. Well, Mehmeti scored the first, nearly had the third. Pring with the interception. And then Mehmeti found inside the penalty area. But Doyle lunging in with what, in all probability, was a goal-saving challenge. Forza. One back by Maguire. Mehmeti. Roberts. Three wait for the cross. It was deflected as well, and it's a corner. Naki Wells wasn't too far away from that. In fact, that deflection of Forza almost carried the ball into the net. And Roberts there, putting in another really good ball. And Naki Wells now making way. And Fali Mayulu coming on. Young Frenchman signed from Rapid Vienna. Corner is played short. Now Maguire. Pring. Knight. And if there is to be another goal in the game, Bristol City look the more likely goal scorers at the moment. It's high towards Mayulu. It's certainly a different sort of striker to Naki Wells. Fisher. Doyle. Sainz. And Cernach, that's a good ball. Cresceni. And Slimani has lost it. And then he concedes the free kick for pulling back Hirakawa.
Well, this afternoon's official attendance is 26,423. Thank you.
26,423. The crowd. And it's usually close to a sellout at Carrow Road. And he will know that as a former season ticket holder. One or two empty seats beginning to show themselves now as Norwich fans begin to head home early. Forza. Space here for Stacey. Cernach, the only yellow shirt in the penalty area at the moment, and he's beaten to it by O'Leary. Norwich have offered very little going forward as the home team. And the former owners will feel it as much as any supporter. In fact, we've only had one effort on target in the second half, and that was the goal from Naki Wells. Mayulu. And it slid low into Mehmeti. Mayulu again. And he tries his luck. And Slimani will be replaced by Christian Fastnacht. One of the longest serving players here. And the Swiss international, who scored 6 times last season, replacing the Tunisian. But more Norwich fans heading for the exits. Viner. Fisher now. Of course, a Norwich goal would make it a very interesting finish. Maguire. Roberts. And he bought the challenge from Cernach. And Roberts knew the contact was coming, and Cernach did not pull out of the challenge. It is 240 miles cross-country from Norwich to Bristol, but it will be a very happy journey home for those fans, unless we have some drama. But for those based in Norfolk, Norwich head into the international break on the back of a 6-match winless streak. And some autumn optimism around Carrow Road is beginning to dissipate. Injuries have played their part as well. Fastnacht. And had the early header from Marcondes gone in, it may have been different. Hirakawa. Knight. It's a good ball forward, but Bird just unable to send it further on to Falulu. Forson. Sainz. He's been striving all afternoon, but he gives the ball away to Maguire there. Hirakawa. Here is Fisher, but he runs into Fali Mayulu. And now Bird on the counter-attack. No foul by Doyle. Fisher. And very soon Norwich will be living off added time. The cross in from Crescene. Fastnacht. And he goes down, appeals for a penalty. And nothing given. There will be a minimum of 5 more minutes. Crescene's ball in. Cernach was challenging. So too was Fastnacht. And clearly there we could see that Pring got the ball. force on. And we can clearly see there that Pring conceded the foul. Norwich have the free kick. And Bristol City have pulled everybody back. Flighted in by Marcondes. It's very deep and too deep for Duffy. And the set-piece deliveries for Norwich have not been good enough. And Johannes Hoff-Thorup will hope to get players fit during the international break before a trip to the Hawthorns. This his first home defeat as Norwich manager. November the 5th last year, November the 9th this year. Stacey. Now Doyle. Doyle able to help it forward, but here is Knight. Now Bird. Mehmeti peeling away to the left-hand side. He's also got support from Mayulu. Mayulu tries to find Bird again. On the stretch, it's just about cleared by Fisher. But Bristol City have played a much smarter game from the very early moments. Here is Mehmeti. Mayulu ahead of him, but Mehmeti goes for it. It's deflected, and it's off the crossbar. So nearly a third for Bristol City. Taking a massive deflection off Doyle, and Long was beaten there. He was trussed up in the netting, the goalkeeper, as the ball came back off the bar. And Alex Mehmeti has been a real threat throughout the game, and he almost got his second there. And I don't think George Long would have kept that out if it had dropped just under the bar. Sainz. Now McGuane. Carrow Row continues to empty rapidly. Free kick, and McGuane not too happy about the challenge. And for those at the top of Norwich City, it's a difficult time, along with everybody else. But a great day for Liam Manning, Norwich born. And he's brought his Bristol City team here, and he's ended Norwich City's year-long unbeaten home run with a classic away performance. A lesson in taking your chances and defending diligently. Bristol City close in on the playoff places, but Norwich City slip closer towards the bottom three. Manis Mehmeti with the first goal. Naki Wells marking his 500th league appearance with the second. And Norwich offered very little in response. Emilio Marcondes hitting the post early on with a header, but in the second half they failed to manage a shot on target. At Carrow Road it is finished. Norwich City 0, Bristol City 2.